Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're in Glencoe and we're going to be photographing these mountains there and there. Not quite sure what they're called, but we're also going to be climbing this one. And yeah, it's going to be sweaty, warm, and probably a little bit daft at this time in the morning. But fingers crossed, there's not too much snow, but there's enough snow to make it epic. Oh, also, I do need to pre-warn you, normally I bring a nice little aperture light with me. So all I have is a little head torch that I've got strapped to the bottom. So it's going to be quite bright. It's going to be quite illuminated. And I'll probably end up being a bit squinty at times. So I do apologise about that. But fingers crossed this works out this morning. If it doesn't... So a bit of a weather report. It is snowing, as you can probably see, which might look good, but it might also kill what I've come here to get. But I'm still gonna carry on because I've come all this way so far, so I might as well carry on. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Right, time to get this on with this march. Whew. I reckon I've got to about 100 metres up now. The snow has got slightly heavier, but the summit, or the bit I'm getting to, is just over there. Up on there, you might be able to see a faint outline. But I'm heading up for that rocky outcrop, and hopefully I'm going to give myself enough of a vantage point that I can look down over the entire valley. So I'm not sure how well this red light is showing me up, but I imagine it's pretty good. The reason why I'm using the red light, it's a little bit less attack. The bright light on this head torch is pretty bright. The dimmed light is still also quite bright for eyes that are used to this darkness. I've made it up to the point where I wanted to shoot from. I did originally plan to head a little bit higher, but there is so much snow and wind, I've decided to come to the offside, the south side of the mountain, where I might get a little bit more shelter. And I am getting shelter from the wind, which is okay. I've got a full waterproofs on, so there's no need to worry. But at the moment, I can't see any mountains. The mountains have all gone behind a blanket of snow. Hopefully this is the end of it. That would be nice. But I think I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna wait for this snow to pass. And fingers crossed, I still get my sunrise. At the moment, it's 5:45 in the morning. So I've got about 45 minutes until sunlight. So I'm just gonna sit down, have a little relax. Probably put some extra layers on, but it's not cold, it's just a bit snowy. Anyway, I'll see you when the sun comes. So it is starting to lighten up a little bit, still way not enough for the GoPro, but the snow seems to have calmed down loads, which is great. And I've got some cracks forming in the clouds overhead. And I can see the mountains. You might not be able to, the GoPro's not great at low light. Look at them. Majestic mountains. I've set my tripod up, and the first thing I did is I got it nice and level, because the plan for this morning, as you can probably guess from the view that I have, is a panoramic. Because I've got a mountain over here, which is called this mountain, which is called, and this mountain that you can't really see but is just off in the distance, and they are going to look absolutely incredible. So I'm going to get my initial shot now, hopefully testing out the composition, see if I like it, and if I don't like it, I'm thinking I might move a little bit higher up onto that ridge up there. But it is looking absolutely beautiful right now. Blue hour, spectacular. Totally worth already coming this high. Now if I get some light, and I get that golden sky and the red sky. Oh. So I think I've got this set right so you'll be able to see the back of my camera, and I apologise if you can't, because this is going to make no sense. So obviously this is pretty low light. This is hard to photograph in these conditions and hard to focus in these conditions, especially when you want a manual focus like I do. So what I do is I open up my aperture all the way to 2.8. That gives me a bright enough scene, lets in enough light onto my sensor so that I can see in detail what I've got. And because the depth of field is so narrow, then I can make sure on that point that I want to be focused that it's perfect. So now I can zoom back out, and then all I need to do is put my aperture back to f11, the one that I chose, and I would not have been able to see that properly on f11. There wouldn't be enough light coming through onto my sensor. So that is a decent technique on how to get a nice, clean, sharp image when manual in focusing in low light conditions. So for this shot, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use f11, ISO 64, which is giving me about a 5-second exposure. And right now it is looking absolutely beautiful. Like, honestly, I'm actually a little bit gobsmacked that everything seems to be working out. The snow clouds that were above my head are disappearing off into the valley, and fingers crossed they're not going to block the sun from coming up. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put you on a time lapse so you can watch it, but I feel like a time lapse is pretty perfect right now, and I don't want you to miss out, because my God, it is beautiful. So I've had 3 or 4 amazing panoramics with the most beautiful light. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. But the heavens have opened and it's decided to give me snow, which is a little bit nicer than rain, I have to say. Very cold, but very nice. I don't think I'm gonna get the light on the mountains, which is a massive shame, because I've got the light in the sky. If I had that alpenglow just hitting the tops of the mountains, that would be just like, oh, something real special. Not that what I haven't already captured is special, considering the conditions I set off in, an absolute blizzard. Like, the car, little black dot all the way over there, that's where I'm parked. To come up here and get a show like I've just had, that is, I'm pretty happy. Let's just put it that way, I'm pretty happy. I think I'm going to count my blessings and be grateful for what I did get. I think I might pack up, head down, but I know it's been quite a short vlog such a beautiful scene. But I hope you've enjoyed it. It's only been a very small part of my time up here where it's actually been light enough to get B-roll and any kind of roll. And it's a shame that the snow started falling again. But it's unusual for me to finish my vlog this way. But for some reason the sound quality just dipped massively and it was unusable. Sorry about the wet hair, just had a shower. Anyway, but I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. It has been short, but wow, the pictures I captured were epic. Like, I've never, possibly some of the nicest images I've ever captured before. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the vlog and I hope you have a lovely weekend. See you next time.